Kenya has rejected the request by the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, Fatou Bensouda, for more evidence against President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy, William Ruto. This despite the prosecution's plot to report Kenya to the Assembly of State Parties to the Rome Statute over alleged non-cooperation.
To settle the protracted battle between government and the office of the prosecutor on the principle of complementarity, the state has rejected a request by Fatou Bensouda for the financial details of the accused. Dismissing the request, Attorney General Professor Githu Muigai described the prosecutor's request as untenable and inconsistent with the International Crimes Act establishing the ICC. The AG rapped the prosecutor for originating the request to gather more evidence in fortifying her case, saying the prosecutor arrogated herself the court's mandate despite the court and the OTP being distinct and separate. The prosecution wants Kenya reported to the Assembly of State Parties for failing to cooperate in revealing the president and the deputy president's assets. But in defense, Kenya says all the information sought by the prosecution is protected by the right of privacy and require court orders and consent of the accused.
There are reasonable grounds to believe that Mr. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is criminally responsible as indirect co-perpetrator.
Bensouda wanted to access bank accounts and information of financial transactions by the accused from the Central Bank of Kenya, their share dealings from the Capital Markets Authority and fleets of choppers under the accused possession since 2011. Citing the Banking Act, Public Officer Ethics Act, Civil Aviation Act and the Capital Markets Authority Act, the Attorney General states the Constitution reigns supreme, protecting the state from infringing on the accused's rights of privacy and property, and that the government is obliged to fully comply with the law in any situation where information on property and assets of a person are sought by a third party, including the prosecution in this case.
Sitting in periodic tandem in which both cases are heard, either on the same day.
Already the prosecution has applied for the adjournment of President Uhuru Kenyatta's case for lack of evidence. This after the withdrawal of 2 more witnesses deemed crucial for the case. The admission has prompted swift response with calls for dropping of all the Kenyan cases. In Nyeri, the Kikuyu Council of Elders termed the cases as politically engineered and that the prosecutor's admission were an indication the charges against the president and his deputy were a fabrication. Samugina KTN, Nairobi.